Hello, I'm Rupa Balsekar, Managing Director and Head of Transaction Banking at BNP Paribas. I've been with the organization for almost a decade, a little over a decade now, and I have seen how transaction banking has evolved in India, not just with BNP Paribas, but overall in India. Where at one point of time it used to be the number of branch locations which was critical to today everything being online and as such having the brick and mortar outlets for banks is no longer as important as it used to be earlier. I've seen the way the market has evolved and changed right from day one credit to day two credit, day three checks going into the system to now today you have CTS, which is check truncation into play. You have corporates which have moved majorly onto electronic banking. You see how APIs have come into play, how the collaboration with fintech has evolved, and how the regulators themselves are promoting the paper to electronic story. So in India, we still see that there's a lot of paper in play in transaction banking. It is document heavy. Even cross-border transactions still have certain level of documentations and checks. You still have physical instruments like checks and demand drafts in the system. However, we definitely see the push coming from corporates as well as the regulators to move from paper to electronic. And that's a major force in terms of corporates because this is how we support them in their transformational projects. To bring in more efficiency, by bringing in technology, by bringing in automation, by bringing in digitization. So if you see over the last few years, we've had NACH, we have NEFT, we have now NEFT 24 by 7. And all this is definitely helping in moving the country as a whole, along with our corporates, from paper to electronic. So when we look at BNP Paribas transaction banking covers multiple sectors in India, right from IT technology to auto ancillary, to FMCG, to consumer groups, to media, to advertising, chemicals, fertilizers. These are a number of the sectors which are covered by us. If you look at some of the booming sectors today from transaction banking India, these would be the IT, that's the technology, IT, ITS, then media, advertising, and some segments of consumer goods. So these sectors were always key and important for us, and they continue to be there because, like I mentioned, our clients are spread across multiple industries. Definitely, some sectors like auto have faced a little bit of an impact in the last few years, but our clients continue to do well, and we will concentrate on giving those transformational solutions for our corporates. So in terms of risk and compliance, definitely, I think one of the areas that we should talk about is the industrialization, how we are supporting clients in migration from, moving more and more into the electronic platforms. Similarly, because, paper intensive has its own risks, right? The more you move digital, the more you industrialize as a corporate, the better it is for them, even from their internal audit perspective. Similarly, what I mentioned on payment surveillance is also very critical because it helps them understand, whether the payments are appropriately going to the right beneficiary and to the right accounts. Analytics is also very important. So be it on the collection side or be it on the payment side. Cash forecasting, another area which is crucial for treasurers. You could be a borrowing client, you could be a cash surplus client, but in either of the two scenarios, you will still want to know that what is the cash in the system, because if you receive it, which day are you going to receive it, if it's going to reduce your borrowings, or if you're a surplus client, how much can you invest, deploy in deposits or liquidity solutions. Data analytics, payment surveillance, which is already into play. What we are working on right now is a blockchain initiative, wherein we're working with a few corporates on the trade front to bring an end-to-end blockchain into play. So BNP truly believes in collaboration with fintechs. We have our own innovation labs, which are located across Singapore, France, as well as in US. Specifically, coming to India, APIs are very, very much in use in terms of, for data analytics, to understand. Let me also give you an example of an investment company which is banking with us. For them, the API in use is when there is information, or rather there is a payment coming in from a particular investor. They would like the validity check of this investor as to whether the money coming in belongs to an investor who has a KYC in place. And therefore, this is again a place where we use API. For us, fintech is a collaboration game. So today you have a number of fintechs which are out there, which are providing certain specific solutions which can be adapted by the bank. And analytics is one which we are doing today extensively. Analytics, you can use APIs and fintechs for them. Similarly, another area where we find fintechs very useful is today in the EDPMS and IDPMS platform. So RBI has, the regulator has the IDPMS and EDPMS platform, where you can validate the documents which have been received from the corporate. So earlier, what used to happen was that for cross-border transactions, there was a huge set of documents which needed to be validated, be it for export or for import transactions. Today, using the solutions that we have, we can actually validate these transactions against the IDPMS and the EDPMS platform, do away with the extensive documentation which is received. Instead, the client just sends us a file, which is then validated against the IDPMS and EDPMS data, and then sent, then you execute the transactions. So here, again, what we actually support our clients in is the industrialization process. So BNP truly believes in client engagement and supporting our clients in their journey. What we do on a regular basis is the fintech roadshows that we organize for our corporates, where we showcase certain case studies, we showcase certain key APIs that we feel would add value to our clients in their treasury transformation. Organizing various fintech roadshows, we also organize educative seminars in associations with organizations like ICC, which could be on the trade segments, which would be on new areas in the trade parameters. We have organized these roadshows, the fintech roadshows or ICC seminars, in collaborations for providing extensive training to our training and knowledge imparting to our corporates in Mumbai, in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, in Pune, in Chennai, amongst other locations. I would say technology coming into India, there are new solutions that BNP is also developing and providing. But at the same time, what you need to offer to the client is what they really require. understand what their basic pain areas are. So in one case, it could be reconciliation. In the other case, it could be understanding, what is the cash forecasting, what is the idle cash which is lying, which can be then used for investments, be it in deposits, be it in mutual funds, etc. And these are some of the areas where we can use APIs and fintech companies extensively. Payment surveillance is another area that APIs are used by us. So invoice reconciliation, invoice that is e-invoice, e-invoice presentment and reconciliation is one of our key areas today. What happens in e-invoice presentment is that instead of the hard copy of the invoices, a virtual, as in image of the invoice flows to the clients, to our clients' normally what happens is most corporates have maybe a 30 days or a 45 days cycle period wherein post which the money is received from their customers. Now here in BNP plays an important role because the information comes in from the client's ERP, and we send it across to our client's customer in terms of the invoices which have been sent to them. Our clients' customers can actually log in and check the various invoices, and then on the due date also our reminders to them. Of course, all this is given to us by the corporate who tells us that send reminders on the third day, fifth day, send reminders on the due date. And on the due date, what our client's customer has to do is to click on those various invoices and then transfer the money. So it also supports not just reconciliation, but it also supports, especially during month ends and quarter ends, when our clients' customers come to saying that we've misplaced invoices. Can you please tell us details of all the invoices that we've made payments on, or all the invoices which are due, and all this is available online.